Don't play with me, baby, I ain't the one. Two at the same time, and I make them both come. I spend racks every time I'm in the club. Didn't take me long to write this time.
Wake up real early, the angles are fresh squeeze. And you can wear Adidas and Gucci and Beck. And I take any color in the coupe except the girls that I used to fuck with. Ask Spades thinking I'ma spend my money on you. That's extreme. Now time costs money, and money costs time. Take care of wifey, keep the monies on the side. And real playboys keep a money on the side. Cause you gon' need somebody to bail you out. Hey, I can lobster tell you out, stay in the house.
96.7 The Beat, the A, hip hop and R&B. What's going down, world? I'm Moran, the man, and I'm in the presence with Don Kennedy, man. What's going down, man?
Man, live Masquerade, Win or Lose tour,
Absolutely.
OPM, you know what I mean? We here.
Congratulations, man. First of all, welcome to Hood Rich Radio. To my knowledge, I think this is your first time
First
actually
time,
being on.
yeah,
welcome,
yeah.
man. Welcome.
Thank you,
Second
man.
thing, welcome back to Atlanta. Every time you come to the city, you pack it out.
Thank you, man. Atlanta's, man, the love here is like second to none, honestly. Like, we've been around the world on tour a couple times now, and obviously toured the U.S. like more than several times, but Atlanta is consistently like always got love for us, always showing out no matter where we at. You know what I'm saying? Our Will project we got out, they always like enthusiastic to see me, and I feel the same way. So when I make my schedule, I always like, you know what I mean? Got that eye out like when we hitting Atlanta, you know?
Word. So watching you perform, this is actually my third time seeing you. And everybody knew all your songs word from word. So do you think it's safe to say that you're an OG now, seeing how you've been here more than 10 years?
In the music game, yeah, for sure. I put my first project out in 2008.
10 years.
So it's like now people come up to me at meet and greets and like things like that and say, you know, your album helped me through college or helped me through high school. Or when I first heard you, I was in junior high school. You know what I'm saying? Now they got their own business maybe. You know what I mean? I've met people that wasn't even doing music that became musicians, you know, listening to things that I put out like early on in my career. So definitely I feel the love, and I feel like I'm well established. Like I don't think, you know, when I perform, I'm trying to go hard. I'm not trying to like come out like, oh, I just started this. You know what I'm saying? I gotta let people know like, no, I really do what I do. You know what I'm saying? This is a career for me. You know what I mean? I put in work to have these songs, to have those moments over time and videos and money that we spend, blood, sweat, and tears. So when you hit the stage, it's like put it all out there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So going to, you know, you brought up putting in blood, sweat, and tears to your craft. How do you feel knowing that everything is starting to really come full circle for you? Because we all know you're independent. And you've been independent since the beginning. And most people think that if they've never heard of you, this could have potentially came overnight.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I'm aware of that, you know, on both sides of the coin. I always try to I feel like this volume 2 is like the first half, the start of the second half of my career.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of marked it in my mind. Like I had to restart, relearn a lot of things, but I'm aware of that. Like with all the fans that I have, it's big records that I want to make. You know what I'm saying? It's more people we need to collab with. Like our thing with OPM and all my artists is like, we got to get better, focus on tomorrow as well. You know what I'm saying? Like we not just solely here off we are, you know, people know our songs, but it's like, we want to have the best song of 2019 as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we keep that in mind always, you know, and coming out here immediately after putting out a project, it gives you that immediate feedback. You know, you share those moments and classic songs that people might know, but you also get to do your new joints and you get that immediate love, you know what I'm saying, and feedback,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean, and see what's really what. You got to put it all out there, you know what I mean, and back up your product, you know, and that's why we here.
Absolutely. So we know that you represent the West Coast to the T.
Yeah.
So what's it like for you being one of the fresh faces of the West Coast? Because you know you got the game got the game. You know, got Kendrick, you got Nipsey, you got you. It's a lot of y'all that's really putting on for the West Coast.
YG, Schoolboy Q, you know,
Ty Dolla Sign.
Ty Dolla Sign, exactly. Man, it feels great. Like I came up with a lot of those guys. You know, success, pre like moments where they figured it out and we all figured it out, and a lot of us helped each other. You know what I'm saying? And pushed each other and shared stages early on in our career, whether it be back home or different places. I remember Get Home Safely tour bringing Ty Dolla Sign out in D.C. You know what I'm saying? And doing songs a cappella and sitting on the couch working with Nip. Like, yo, we need to do this song. You know what I'm saying? And hearing beats for the first time. And now, you know, a lot of those people, it's like, we catalog artists now. You know, they household names, you know, so you kind of get to see what it takes to grow to that level and how consistent and how serious you got to be about your art, you know, and your brand to even get recognized, to have a chance to get recognized on that level. You know what I mean? I know behind the scenes how hard those dudes work, you know, and how serious and dedicated they are to what they put out.
Absolutely. Yeah. So do you ever see yourself signing OPM with a major?
I mean, if we could get a proper like joint venture deal, I would love to do that. You know, I feel like the young entrepreneur in rap needs to be taken serious again. I feel like the world is ready for that. The music game is ready for that. But I came up in a time of, you know, Master P and Rockefeller Records and Death Row Records, you know what I'm saying, and Cash Money Records, when people was really owning their product and putting out the best of who they was. And that's all we want to do, you know, even take it back to like a Motown. That's all we ever really want. So it's like whether we do that on our own or we do that with somebody, you know, we never know. We've been doing it this long, 8 years now. OPM been in business, you know, so it's like we just want to keep making the best music. Whatever's out there for us in our way, I feel like it'll come. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's just a void in the rap game where they don't see how, you know, we affecting all of this. We affecting clothing sales. We affecting what people eat, what people drink, what they drive. You know what I'm saying? All through the music, you know. And once people start to figure out again and empower, you know, the people that's actually making it, you know, that's when it's gonna really rain.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They think it's cracking now, but but when that happened, you know,
where OPM independently selling out the Staples Center,
right, or with it like and that's you know that's our goal regardless, you know, that's our goal regardless.
So what's it like for you having artists signed to you now? Because most of us only know OPM.
Thank you. That's a good question, man. It's a great feeling. Like we put out our first R&B artist, Asia Monet, this year.
Shout out to her.
Her album's called Don't Forget. It's a real great album. You know what I'm saying? It's just about getting more people. It just shows you like everybody got to build their own career and find their own fans. You know, everybody doesn't have the same fans. We work with Nico G4, for instance, Warren Brew. Like their fan not necessarily a Dom Kennedy fan, but at the same time, we all can learn from each other and like cross brand, cross promote. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's kind of what we stay mindful of. But I just push everybody to be as creative as possible. But we looking to like, you know, work with more producers and more artists for sure in the near future. And we working on we had an album called Young Nation. It was a compilation about, I guess, I don't know when that was, 2012 maybe. And we working on a part 2 of it right now, and it's dropping top. That's going to be the first thing OPM puts out 2019. Absolutely. So on that, you'll hear all the artists at their best, including myself and probably new people you never heard of, you know, that we've been just working with and bubbling with on the low.
Okay, so it sounded like 2019 is about to be an amazing year for you.
Yeah, we've been working hard, man. We've been working real hard, and it's just, at this point, it's just about sharing what we've learned, you know? Okay. Sharing what we learned, sharing what we love, sharing what we create. If we do that, we're not going to have no problems, you know what I'm saying? And we just been working hard and, like, in our zone, like, not nobody else is just in our zone, like, collaborating with each other, trusting each other, and just learning from what we've done in the past, you know?
Word. So speaking of what you've done, it has all led up to where you are now. As I stated earlier, you are independent. So what is some real advice that you could give to some independent artists, because they see you are not signed and you are selling out shows week in and week out. So what is some real advice you can give?
Man, just you know, love what you're doing and put as much detail in yourself as you can, you know, and yourself into your music as you can, because the things that you may take for granted or think people don't pay attention to or people wouldn't identify with, they probably do. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Sometimes your weaknesses could be your strengths, you know, and things that you might not want to talk about or might not want to do is what might lead you to figuring out, you know, what people like about what you can offer. You know what I'm saying? If you see, I'm just the type of person, like if I see a void in the market, like that's what I'm going to feel. You know, I'm not going to try to do, you know, you can't really get in the game and catch up by playing and doing what everybody doing.
Facts.
You know, you got to know who you are, set your mark, you know, and say, this is what I want to do. These is my goals. And then smash off, you know what I'm saying? And don't compromise. I would just say as less compromise as possible, you know? How your mind set up, how you want to live, how you want to get it, and just go for it, really. It's not really nothing else more special to it than that, you know, or nothing nobody could say or anything more than that. You're going to learn by trying and failing anyway, you know? If you're scared to get out there nothing's not never gonna happen. Nobody's not gonna put you in a position to be a star, make $1 million, or none of that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't believe it yourself, you know what I mean? If that's not your plan, if that's not what you trying to do yourself, you know?
I agree.
It don't happen till you start writing it down and start believing it, you know what I mean? So I would just encourage them to do that.
Absolutely, man. Well, I just want to tell you congratulations to you on all your success.
Yes.
We definitely been fucking with you for a while down here in Atlanta, man. Real
I appreciate the A for sure, man. Every time I probably came out here, first time maybe A3C Festival, and I was excited as shit.